Welcome to episode 2 of the Money Mystery Podcast, where we unravel the big questions about the use of money. What has changed about money, and how do these changes, if any, have an effect on our daily lives? I'm Daniel, and today's topic, a generational battle which is changing wallets. We are asking a simple question: is cash dead? From our uncles and aunties who still count notes to our Gen Zs who have never held a checkbook, the money war is real. But before we head over into the studio with Barbara and our guest, let's find out what the streets are saying.
Hi there, my name is Nanade, and welcome to Omni Basic Vox Spot. We're outside, we're here to talk, we're here to interact. You ready? Come, let's talk. Sorry, please, what's your name?
Cassandra.
I go by the name rich name.
I'm Isaac. My name is Prince.
I'm Z. Cash.
You want cash?
Yes.
Why?
Because the mobile money, sometimes someone will send you money and it will fail. The money won't come, but cash, you will see your money that you want.
Cash.
What is cash?
Cash.
Any reason for that?
Because cash is right in my hands. Once I meet you, I take it. No network issues. That's why I say cash and carry. Yeah.
No network issues?
No.
You don't want any network jam. You don't want any story?
1 hour later, no. I see money, I pick it, yeah.
The instance and the kind of business or the kind of transactions, if it is something that I need it urgent, that I would prefer to get it in cash.
Okay.
But if something I don't need like that, then maybe it should be on my mobile wallet.
It should be on your mobile wallet.
Yeah.
I prefer mobile transaction payments because it's very convenient.
It's very convenient.
Yes, please.
Than cash.
Yes, please.
Cash is physical.
I prefer the cashless system.
Why? What's the rationale?
Because imagine you are a vendor who sells something and someone who lives somewhere around Odoko or Kaswa wants to purchase the thing. You expect the person to travel all the way to Medina to get it for you. No, the person has to pay through cashless system so that you can also send the things through a delivery guy. A delivery guy. I think that is more convenient.
I think I prefer mobile transaction.
You prefer mobile transaction?
Yeah.
Why?
Because mobile transaction is, this one is easy. This one, the process of getting it is easy because the physical cash, if you get them, you will use it like anyhow. So maybe my major point to choose the mobile money transaction, it helps you to keep your money for a long time. Then it will not let you misuse your money anyhow.
I think mobile transaction.
Why?
It makes everything easier and faster.
Okay.
But for the cash, you can't. Your client can't pay you 5,000. Be holding the 5,000 on you just like that. So I think the mobile transaction, as soon as it drops into your account, you move with it.
You move with it.
Bank, hardly.
You don't go to the bank again.
ATMs, banking hall, no. Yeah.
Okay.
Not quite really.
You don't go to the bank again.
I don't remember the last time.
You don't remember the last time, but you have bank account.
Yeah, I do.
So how do you do your transactions?
Sometimes, because of the nature of my business, I mostly want my money or the business to be done on time. So I don't have time going to the bank.
Okay.
So even if I will go to the bank, then it has to be something like I've parked the money somewhere for a very long time, and that money is not going to be used for anything.
Okay.
Before that money will be deposited into the account.
Okay.
Oh, no. As for me, even I don't have bank account.
You don't even have bank account.
Yes, so.
But you're selling. So how do you save your money, or how do you keep?
Oh, as for me, I know how to manage, so I can keep my money without squandering it.
The bank. Like me, I know that they save for bank, but
You don't save for bank.
yeah, but I prefer saving for mobile money. So,
You save your money for mobile money.
yeah.
But you know they save for bank.
No.
So you know they go bank.
No.
Nice one.
Yeah.
So I don't think I visit the bank.
You don't go to the bank.
No.
Why?
I have the app on my phone, so it makes everything smooth and fast.
You have the mobile app on your phone.
The last time I went to the bank was around 2020. I don't go to the bank.
Around 2020.
Yes, I don't go to the bank.
So how do you do your transactions?
You call some of the customer care lines and they are able to help you with your transactions without stepping a foot there.
Here's what they had to say. Clearly, everyone has his or her side. It's now time for the real talk with our studio guest. Over to you, Barbara.
Thank you, Daniel. Welcome to the second episode of the Money Mystery podcast, proudly brought to you by Omnibusek Bank, not just another bank. I am Barbara Dijemfi-Ampim, and joining me today are voices from 3 generations and an expert who's been tracking Ghana's relationship with money and its usage. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today promises to be fun, informative, and very educative. So I hope we all have fun whilst entertaining and educating our viewers. So I'd like to start by introducing my panelists today. On my immediate right, I have Mr. Emmanuel Thompson. Mr. Emmanuel Thompson is a baby boomer, representing the baby boomer generation. He's going to tell us more about how himself and his generation love to handle money. And then on my immediate left, I have Miss Kimberly Amenyo. Miss Kimberly is a millennial. Shout out to all millennials, because I'm a millennial myself. So she would also be giving us her perspective on how millennials enjoy spending their money and how they love to go about it. And of course, we can't talk about generations without talking about the Gen Z generation. So representing the Gen Z generation for today is none other than Miss Ophelia Enti Ampofo. She will be representing the Gen Zs as she clocks it and then talks about how they love to handle money. And of course, we have in our midst an expert. He's in the person of Sir Johnson Olakumi. He is an expert that has been studying the trending movements of money and its usage. So stay tuned.
Hello, I am Ahunto, your friendly virtual assistant at Omnibusek Bank. I am here to guide you through our mobile app. The new Omnibusek mobile app is designed for you and packed with everything you need to manage your finances anytime and anywhere. Whether you're checking your balance, tracking your transactions, or planning your budget, the Omnibusek mobile app lets you manage your finances 24/7. It's quick, easy, and always at your fingertips. Need to send money, pay bills, or make a transaction on the go? No worries. The new Omnibusek mobile app keeps your banking simple so you can focus on what matters most to you. Transferring funds has never been this seamless. Whether it's a mobile wallet or a bank transfer, just a few taps and you are all set. No stress, no hassle. Plus, I am here to provide you with personalized tips to help you save, track your goals, and grow your money. Now, that is smart banking. So what are you waiting for? Download the new Omnibusek app today and experience banking that is smarter, faster, and designed just for you. Omnibusek mobile app, absolutely seamless. Omnibusek Bank, not just another bank.
Okay, welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'd like to start with the baby boomer generation. Mr. Thompson, tell us, how do you personally love handling money?
Thank you, Miss Barbara. We grew up in a generation where money was introduced, when we saw money. And within our training, we were told to bank. So we know banking has to putting money in a bank and then going for the money when you need it. So we want to see our money. We know we want to have all the money. And when you are putting it in the bank, you have a receipt that tells you that this is your money, it's kept. So our generation, our money, we want to see our money and we want to follow our money to where it should go.
Okay, so basically the tangibility of money. Of course, I understand that. Okay, Miss Kim.
Hi, Miss Barbara.
Please speak for the millennials. How do you love to handle your money? I mean, well, you for us millennials, we've actually gone through the transition because we're more like the first generation to go through the whole from analog to digital money. So it's more like we've gone through cash, we've gone through cards, and then now we are saying digital money. Permit me to say that we will play the devil's advocate, but then in a good way, you know, in the sense that we know that we want to value our money, right? We want the speed, we want the instant money and everything. However, we want to be able to see that our money is secure. We want to be able to tell that there's security, there's transparency in every transaction that we do, as well that we want low fees for transaction, but then we do not want to queue in the banking house. For us millennials, we're actually like in the middle. We don't want to stand here or there. In as much as like Seth Thompson said, he wants to see his money, but then he wants to be able to sit home and know that his money is safe. So we are in between somewhere. Okay, I agree with that. I actually agree with that. Okay, Gen Zs, take us through.
So we're all about digital mind. We don't necessarily need physical cash. Okay. Because digital money comes with some sort of convenience and comfort. You can still monitor your money without necessarily having to walk all the way to the bank to say that, oh, my money is here. And you can just check everything on your phone. Just go to your banking app, your mobile money app, or like dial a code and then just get the receipts and balance of your money and everything. I think that's better because recently I had to go to the bank with my grandma. Oh my God. Oh my God. We were there for like 2 hours and I'm like, Jesus Christ, could I have just done this in the house? But she was like, no, you see, my money is not secure because there are scammers and hackers that can just, take my money from my phone. I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. Well, as think we know technology and social media and digital marketing and all of that. So, and cybersecurity rules. So we don't necessarily feel threatened when we don't have to go to the bank. We can just sit home and then enjoy things that are necessarily not close to us or at our doorstep, like see Netflix. We can just pay for Netflix without having to pay with cash. We can shop from Shein. We can shop from Pretty Little Things and all those things. And those platforms are not close to us. They are not here in Ghana for us to have to work there and pay. If you had to work there and pay with cash, it would be difficult for us. But then with digital money, you are able to pay for all these things without having to work there.
Convenience at its best. Okay, so moving on to the experts, Sir, from Omnibusic's point of view, tell us what are the increasing trends with regards to money and its usage in Ghana?
We actually at the front seat, having access to what is going on, and it's in line with what has just been shared.
Okay.
However, for the baby boomers that we have, we see a trend whereby they're able to, some actually have cards.
Okay.
And are able to use cards and log on to internet banking. And we see some usage in that trend. We also accommodate the banking halls users that want to touch cash. It's my testimony. I want to feel it. I want to touch it. I want to hold it. Type of a thing. We support that, and we see that trend in terms of the baby boomers. Okay. That's not too far from what you see from the generation
Z.
Z. Okay. However, for the millennials, it's more of a mix.
Okay.
They actually have what we're saying is a lot of usage of cards, of mobile app, mobile banking app, the Omnibusik mobile banking app. We say usage of prepaid card, we say usage of our USSD platform, and across this very segment of users. Yeah. And that trend is actually in line with what she said, very exploratory and very good. For the Gen Z, digital natives, it's more mobile for many of our Gen Z bankers and account holders, and where we see the data. It's more mobile, and we see trends where there are usage to experiential banking.
Okay.
Use of digital platforms, and we ensure that is done as well. So for what we see, it's not if cash is dying or is not dead. We just want to empower our users, our customers, and everyone out there, every Ghanaian, to be able to have the best of both worlds, both cash and the cashless environment.
That's very good to know. So you've heard it, as Sir Johnson said, we here at OmniVisic, we take up all generations and we make sure that we satisfy you according to your preferences. This is Money Mystery by OmniVisic Bank. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
OmniBisic Bank, not just another bank.
Welcome back. This is Money Mystery, proudly sponsored by OmniBisic Bank, not just another bank. And today we are on the theme, is cash dead? Is cash dead? Moving on to my baby boomer. I'd like to find out. Critics say that holding cash, like you rightly said before, that your generation loves to handle cash and don't find it convenient using the digitalization of handling money. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Thank you once again. I'll have to say that we still like we really don't want to be go to the digital of this thing. We are talking about money mystery or mystery of money, and when you are talking about money, like in a local planet, we say you don't play with money. So we want to track our money very well. Hence, our generation, we have this code of COC. COC means it's either cash or check. It's COC. Yeah, COC is either cash or check. And with advent of banks, now you can make your deposit anywhere. You can withdraw anywhere. You can issue a check and the check could be drawn anywhere. We don't have that fear of my account being hacked. All those things are the things that deter us from going this digital banking. It's not a bad thing, but our age, our generation, it's not all of us who have that fair knowledge about how to use the digital banking. You see that people have complaints about their account being hacked and all those things. So to be on the safer side, I want to secure my money. I push my money into the bank. It's secured in the bank. When I need it, I go there. If I'm not able to go, I issue a check. So it goes through, and I don't have this issue of waking up and they say my account has been hacked or something like that. So I think with time and all that is going on, I'm not saying that the innovations that have been introduced are not good, but for us, we feel much secured going the COC.
I can't relate. Yeah, COC. I cannot relate, but I have a grandmother that is exactly like describes what you're saying. She loves to have the cash. She doesn't like it when you're trying to tell her, oh, we can send it via these means. So I guess I understand what you're saying. Kim, from the millennial perspective, tell us. I know you stand in between both baby boomer and Gen Zs. So digital-wise, can you trust that? Because sometimes you would need money and it might fail you, and then you need to probably run to the ATM. It might be in the middle of the night. There are a lot of inconveniences that can arise from that. So tell us, how do you handle that in case you are failed by the digital system?
Okay, so for me, like I said in the introduction, for us millennials, we're standing in between. But then again, we always still want to consider the experience factor in it. Everything is about experience. I mean, just like Mr. Thompson said earlier, the COC. I like that vibe. The COC. You know, I want to be able to cash and check. But then if I want to go digital like the Gen Z, right? And in an instance where there's network failure, because we know how sometimes the internets can go in Ghana here. So imagine in an instance like that, and then I have challenges. I will want to go to the COC way, right? Yeah, because that way I can quickly walk into the bank, get whatever I need, rather than going through all that stress. And like I said earlier, everything is about experience. If I have to go through that experience of stressing, internet issues, and all of that, and mind you, then again, it comes back to this whole cybersecurity and all of that. You know, not every company or institution have this ISO certification, right? So imagine these also comes up. So that's where Mr. Thompson's case is very, very valid, because you can be home and then somebody is spending your cash somewhere, and before you realize you're zero, and you can't even speak to it because you can't even recall. You understand? Yeah. But then again, there's also the stress of walking to the bank, having to go and do certain things when you can just sit in the comfort of your home and have it done. For me, what I would say is I feel everything is about experience. So whatever gives me the best of experiences, I will go with it. However, I'm not going to say that this would work or that will work, because either ways it works for me. So far as the experience is good, I'm in for it. So that's what.
Okay, either ways it works for her. It works for me too, though. I'm a millennial. Shout out to us. Okay, so I wish I was a Gen Z though, by the way, this saying. Shout out to the millennials. Okay, so Gen Z, I'd like to ask, do you think that being cashless is the way to go? And also, do you think it's convenient for the baby boomer generation that are not really, that's love the tangibility, love to hold the cash? How do you feel about that?
So I want to make this correction. The fact that Gen Zs are into digital money doesn't mean we don't take cash. It's digital first. So that's what we go to first. By doesn't mean we don't have cash on us, because we might need cash for certain things. Like me, I don't have a car. So sometimes I bought church.
Okay.
I need cash to pay for my church.
Okay.
When I want to buy fruit or something, so I need cash. But it's digital fixed, right? So with challenges like, let's say, network failure, I remember back in uni, there was a year or two, Ghana experienced a really serious network issues. We didn't have network connection, data, nothing. And then at that point, most of us were suffering because we couldn't send money easily. But luckily, we had cash. So we're able to fend for ourselves. It's not. University students would have died or something. So yeah, we're able to use both, both channels, but then we depend more, not solely, we depend more on digital banking. And to baby boomers, I think if you are disabled due to your age or something, you wouldn't necessarily be able to walk all the way to the bank to make your transactions. You should be able to adapt to digitalization right now. You should be able to do one or two transactions with your phone or card or something.
That's very true. Okay, so to our experts, fraud and cybersecurity. I think Kim mentioned it when she was talking about her point of view, and I'd like to find out, how is Omni Basic Bank building trust across generations with regards to fraud and cybersecurity?
Thank you very much. And it's actually interesting hearing my fellow panelists actually dissecting how they view about money. Banking, irrespective of how money comes, is still about trust. And what we at Omni Basic takes very seriously is that trust. Irrespective of how, if it is a cash, if it comes in form of cash, or it's a digital transaction. Our responsibility and our commitment is to ensure that your money is safe, because that is the foundation for the trust of banking, safety, and that your money is accessible to you. And in making that accessible to you, we ensure that we're able to identify who you are. Are you the owner of the money? And we have sufficient technology to be able to identify if the money is yours, if who you are, if you come in person or you come digitally, using your phone. So we have various platforms that actually authenticate you So we allow you access your money, and we also allow you spend it the way you want. So we give you the ease to collect money, we give you the ease to keep it securely and to manage it, to grow it, and to spend it. Now, because working, you work to make money, you shouldn't work to bank. Banking should not be a job for you. It's our job. And one of the things we further do is that we have various in terms of security, in terms of cyber security, because that's the concern, and that's a genuine concern. Because today, the threat of cyber is global, and it's to everyone, it affects everyone. Okay. Now, and at Omni Basic, all our operations were ISO certified. Okay. We're ISO 27001 certified, ensuring that all our information systems meet global standards. We are not just providing that as securing the entire IT infrastructures that we have. We also ISO 22301 certified, which talks about business continuity. Okay. To ensure that anything we do provide, we can, if there is any disruption, we have backup systems that can immediately take over, so that our systems we can easily recover from any untoward event that occurs. Now, beyond that, we are also ISO 20000 certified. That speaks to service delivery. So our IT operations meets global standard in supporting all the IT infrastructures that we do have. We are PCI DSS certified in terms of our cards, so to ensure that there is no hacking and any data breach can easily be managed, and we can sufficiently deter that. We also have an online and web application firewall that ensure that on a real-time basis that we constantly monitoring and ensuring that our IT infrastructure are completely secured and applications. Beyond that, we further have a cybersecurity team that essentially 24/7 monitoring and ensuring that transactions are properly monitored, and transactions that are not in line with users' profile are screened, and further due diligence and other authentications that we need to do or inquiries can actually happen from there. Now, last month, for instance, we carry out an education because it was cyber security month. And what we did was to enlighten customers on the threat of this, because it all boils down to education, because the weakest link in security is still humans. So it boils down to education. So we're trying to push that education in formats that from the Gen Zs to the millennials to the Generation Z to the baby boomers can actually assimilate. And we do that consistently. We evolve, we extend that on all our channels continuously, and we commit to doing that. So you can be sure with Omni Basic, even when it goes wrong, even when issues happen, we have systems that guarantees that your money will be safe and we recover immediately. That's our commitment.
That's very good to know. Personally, the app is my favorite. I don't know about you all, but the app is my favorite because I enjoy using it so much. So up next, we are going to talk about the future of cash. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You are watching and listening to Money Mystery, proudly brought to you by Omni Basic Bank. So before we were talking about what the future holds. I'd like to find out, let me start with the Gen Z. Not to put you on the spot, do you drive?
No, I don't.
Okay, you don't drive. So let's just assume, well, Bolt takes electronic, let's just assume that you're going somewhere that you need to take a public transport, i.e. Trusky. Yes. Or even, aside from that, or even this snack, the egg and pepper snack. those people you cannot like. Yes.
Have you met the woman asking?
Well, I need some more, but
You're talking about one out of many.
no, that's one out of many exactly. It hardly happens. You don't see. You see, she came out as a result of.
Most of the people I've met, or all of them, everyone is taking mobile money one.
Those said extra charges.
Isn't in structure, mates take mobile now.
Okay, so getting my point across.
And they asked you to add the charges.
I want to buy coffee brokuman, like 5 cedis, right? Or back shop, Madam Pacho for charges. No, so the point is that
No, they call.
we're trying to cap that charges. We understand?
Sometimes you know they say they don't have change, and then you end up taking.
No, that's you. That's the thing. They don't have.
And that is on the mutual agreement.
That's on the mutual agreement. But this one,
Think about change.
no, but this you know that one is more mutual.
Okay,
in this
Johnson,
case,
help us out here. Can you help us out here? Because if we leave these ladies, from your perspective, how is it? How do we bridge this gap between these generations?
Quite very interesting conversation. I think, and this is the real thing.
Okay.
Now, for businesses, you can't afford to exclude yourself out of a stream that is gathering strength.
Okay.
Now, the digital wave is gathering strength, and not being able to collect a particular method of payment would disenfranchise your buyers from patronizing you. So it's what we work with our customers to do is to ensure inclusiveness of everybody that wants to deal with you. So you are able to collect digital and you're able to collect cash. Now, all these channels are captured for you.
Okay.
But once you collect them, we have infrastructures to do cash pickup securely today.
Yeah.
So we mock up those cash for you. And we also give you a POS, we give you a QR code, and we give you ways of monitoring those monies so that if you want to pay your landlord, you can easily still pay your landlord without asking your landlord to come or having need to go over to your landlord's place. And this entire process actually reduces your risk of privileges, reduces your cost of overall running your infrastructures and getting insight into your business, and it helps you create a platform that can scale. Every business, though you're starting today, but you must create a foundation that can scale.
Period.
And that's what we will recommend.
no, but I think I have something to say. You know, I'm a millennial. I would always stand in between the two. But you know, one thing that I think we should also look at is the security of our transactions. You understand? I think Sir Johnson made us understand how OmniBasic treats all of these things, which for me, I think is a plus for the bank in general. However, we should not lose sight of the fact that not every organization is like OmniBasic. You understand? So if we're going to look at the bigger picture, let's consider the security aspects of some of these things. Because like he also said, these certifications, they're not easy to come by. You know, they're quite expensive, at least from the little I know. I don't know much, you're the experts, but they're quite expensive. So if, let's say, some shop somewhere, you know, I don't want to say mention names, but then if they don't have that money, they might go in for something that is less expensive. And these brings about some of these fraud issues and all of that. So in as much as yes, going digital is like the way forward, or quote unquote, but then we also have to watch our back, because then there's the issue of security cases where if you do not have banks like OmniBasic, that's having your best interest as had to have all of these things in place for the customers, then you are at risk. And you're at very serious risk. Because trust me, I remember I've had personal experiences when it comes to some of these things. So sometimes I say that in as much as it's good, you know, you also have to look at the security bits of it so that it doesn't go out of hand. So yeah, that's it.
Have you had a comes to it with someone fee your fiscal cash before?
A minute.
Physical cash.
A minute. I want to come to Baby Vilma. I would like to find out, do you think or do you see the country in any day, any year from now, going totally cashless? Is it possible?
With the trend, we see it going that, within the next 5 years, it might escalate.
That's right.
We will have much people going doing digital banking, doing mobile banking, doing cashless transactions. But it's not something that we can see that it will be totally cashless without anybody paying cash. Cash will still flow. Like we know.
Okay, listening to all the perspectives, I can then say that I think the way to go is for the millennial stage because we stand in between. We love both.
How did it do it?
Jazzy.
Black.
Okay. So
Lucky.
it looks like if we don't stop, the debate would continue forever because we have our different perspectives that each generation wants to put their perspective across. But that's the beauty of it. Where money connects us, our opinions divide us. But then we're still here. So I'd like to take a few words from you. You tell us, do you think cash is dead?
No, cash is not dead, unfortunately.
Okay, baby boomers, do you think cash is dead? Not at all.
Never dies.
Kim?
COC.
Cash never dies. Okay, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, cash is not dying. It's not dead, but it's retiring fast. But it's not dead. It's not anyway dead.
Okay, there you
And either of them, as a bank, our focus is both words were able to power you to do more.
There you have it. Cash is not dead. What an episode it has been. We leave the debates over to you, our cherished viewers. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let us know what you think about the theme. Is cash dead? Is cash dead? All too soon, we've come to the end of today's episode. What an episode it has been. So the fact is, whether you're tapping phones or you're counting cash, one thing is clear, money is not dead. It's very much just evolving. So our lovely viewers, thank you very much for sticking and staying with us. You can comment on our social media platforms at Basic Bank GH, across all platforms at Basic Bank GH. Also, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel to enable you get a notification when we drop an episode. Through it all, Basic Bank remains the bank for all generations, creating value for its stakeholders. This has been Money Mystery, proudly brought to you by Basic Bank, not just another bank. My name remains Barbara. Till we meet again, it's goodbye for now.